Hello natural hair community, and welcome back to my channel. If you're not already, make sure that you subscribe and like this video and join me on my journey of natural hair care and continued education on textured and black hair. In today's video, I'm going to go from long to short with this cute Loc Bob style. This is from my drafts because I have actually been recording my life for content purposes for years and just haven't been posting it, but long story short, this is why my hair is still blonde. Stick with me while I achieve this hairstyle. I start off with clean hair. It would probably be ideal to start with freshly washed hair, but in this video, I washed my hair the day before and therefore my hair is dry. You're going to want to wet your hair and you want it to be very damp before you start this process, especially if you're going to want your style to become another style when you take your twist down. It is important for your hair to be wet or damp, also due to the lessening of manipulation damage. Once I get my hair completely dampened and saturated, I go ahead and put it into a ponytail so that I can begin styling it. Once it's up in a ponytail, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with my oil mixture. I do a mixture of essential oil and a carrier oil. I'll link that below. And here we begin the style. On this episode of Styling with Troy, I will not be using any products or gels to hold my retwist. I will be using water and an oil mixture. The reason I rarely use products or gels is because it causes product buildup over time. So even if you don't have like product buildup that is noticeable with one styling or one product use, over time it definitely accumulates no matter how much you wash your hair. I just feel like there's just no need to put all that product in there, especially when I'm like the style that I'm doing is going to be a protective and kind of long-term style. So as you just saw, I two-strand twisted my hair down to whatever length it is I want the bob to sit at, and then I begin to wrap the ends around the twisted part of my hair, and I wrap that all the way around until it is like a knot. Once it's in a knot, I feel like it's secure, then I go ahead and add a rubber band at the end. First one complete right here, and I'm going to repeat that process. Alright, so I made this video a little bit longer than my normal videos because I wanted to rap with you guys, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I have a lot of tips that I don't always get a chance to speak on because I'm explaining the tutorial that I am giving. In one of my more recent previous videos, I told you guys that I was blow drying my hair due to the low level of porosity that I have. I wanted to take a second and explain porosity on a deeper level. Porosity level basically just explains how much moisture your hair will allow into it. So high porosity hair allows a lot of moisture into it, and low porosity hair struggles to allow moisture inside. Now again, kind of like I was explaining in the last video, with me having locks, long locks, and low porosity hair, that means that I have a very long drying process. My process takes hours, 13, 14, 15 hours for my hair to dry organically, and I don't think that that's the healthiest for my hair. So usually when I do my hair, I follow up with blow drying it, again, due to porosity. Another benefit of blow drying my hair is it allows the moisture from my oil and the water to to more deeply penetrate my locks. This allows my hair to get the maximum amount of moisture as opposed to the oil just kind of sitting on the top of my scalp and not ever penetrating, causing dry scalp later in the week. You can test your own porosity by getting a cup of water and placing a strand into it. If your hair floats on it after about a minute or two, that means that you have low porosity. If it goes to the middle, that means that you have average porosity. And if it sinks to the bottom, that means that you have high porosity. Now, the other thing about porosity is that it kind of works in reverse when it comes to the retention of moisture. Low porosity hair retains moisture well once it gets it, but high porosity hair tends to not hold moisture very well. This leads into my next tip as to why I personally do not need or use a lot of products. with having low porosity hair, I don't need a lot of moisture. I just need to get it into my scalp or into my hair shaft. And once it's in there, it's in there. So I don't need to moisturize throughout the whole week. I just spray my hair with water. Finding out your hair porosity can be a really important turning point in your hair care process, especially if you've been struggling with not knowing how much product to use in your hair. I am clearly enjoying the anime I'm watching. But yeah, that is my tip of the day. Think about your porosity next time you're styling your locks. Take into consideration what your locks need in terms of moisture and possibly heat or lack thereof in order to help you retain. I don't have any tips for high porosity hair because I don't have it, but I encourage you to look it up or find other people that do have it if that's what you're looking for. Checking in with our style, I am almost finished at this point. I'm getting to the front of my bob and it is looking bobbish. I just wanted to reiterate that this is a bob style, so obviously I am trying my best to keep my hair at a length that is kind of consistent and even. It actually turned out being kind of asymmetrical, but I'm messing with it. What about you guys? One more tip before I go is about the manipulation damage that I spoke on a little bit earlier in this video. Even though in this video I'm showing you guys me styling my hair, it's really important to be aware of the health of your hair before you start styling. To create this style in particular, you have to do a blend of like twisting and wrapping the ends of your hair, which can cause weakening at the ends of your locks if you do it too often, and that can lead to damage or breakage. A good way to test the strength of your hair is to take your fingers, like your pointer finger and your thumb, and run it down the length of your individual locks. And if you feel weak points or points that don't feel consistent, then that's a good indicator that you might need to give your hair a break. This is another reason that I don't use conditioner on my colored hair, because I think it creates more of those weak points, but I'll make another video for that. But anywho, if your hair, has those weak points, I recommend trimming it. And if you're gonna do this style, make sure that where you're bending your hair is not on that particular weak spot. Hope this helps. I'm finishing up the style now and it's going to be a masterpiece. This was the first time that I did this. I do it again where it's a little more consistent and I have a bob look and a bang. Let me know if you guys want to see that in the video. This is the final look. Asymmetrical, short, lightweight, and very much so one of my favorite styles. As always, make sure you guys like and comment on this video for more. Until next time.